Welcome and thank you for joining me today. I want to read you an article regarding an elderly woman being scammed on an online dating site. It says Florida woman loses $1 million in online dating site. She says, I felt like I really knew him closer than anyone that I'd ever known, says Pamela Viles of Sarasota. They say you can't put a price on love, but a woman in Florida did and shelled out $1 million to an overseas suitor. Worse yet, she has nothing to show for the 2 years she invested in the faux relationship, aside from a broken heart and an empty bank account. Pamela Viles of Sarasota told WWSB News she was looking for companionship and she thought she had met a nice guy online, but eventually discovered she had been scammed. The 69-year-old Viles said the woman wooed her unmatched while posing as an Australian-born business owner with citizenship in Canada. She said he texted daily and called twice a week. This was intimate love, details dreaming so deep, she said during an interview. With WWSB News on Friday, I felt like I really knew him closer than anyone I had ever known. The man began asking Viles to lend him money to run his business. Flag number 1, they start asking you money. She withdrew money from her bank accounts and took cash advances on her credit cards. It's estimated she wired him roughly $1 million. She says she's now approximately $350,000 in debt. The FBI says romance scams, which are commonly referred to as catfishing, have been around for years and are responsible for millions of dollars in thefts. The pictures in the personal ads are likely phony and the profiles fake, typically crafted to cater to the individuals they are targeting, according to the FBI. You can go read the full article. Just Googled in Florida woman loses $1 million. And that will give you the full article. I just want to read a little bit of it. I do have some experience. Years ago, I did go on online dating, and there are a lot of catfish on all of the sites. None are immune. The free ones, the ones that charge you, it doesn't matter. The scammers will pay the few dollars to get potentially hundreds of thousands or even $1 million in this case. It's funny because when I went on, I don't know whether it was a talent that I had or whether just all my life, the working in social services, I just have a feel for people. One time someone contacted me in one of the sites, and he showed a picture of this athlete playing basketball. Looked about over 6 feet tall, nice looking guy. And what I did is, in conversing with him, I had a feeling, he wasn't right, but I was just playing along with the game to see, how he was going to weasel out of it or what he was up to. Well, it didn't take long because he gave me his number. I blocked mine so it wouldn't show up on his phone. I could tell by his voice that he wasn't that 30-something year old guy. I could tell his voice sounded like he was at least in his 60s for one. And all I have to do basically is listen to the voice. And usually the voice will give it away. He didn't sound like an athlete. He sounded like he was on oxygen. Nothing's wrong with being on oxygen, but this was a catfish, so everything is suspect. So I confronted him over the phone. I said, "You're not who you say you are." "Yes, I am." He was just too adamant. "I am the real person." Now, if you're the real person, you would normally, tell someone, "Well, I am who I say I am. And if you don't believe it, then, that's your problem." He was just so adamant. "I am that person." And I said, "No, you're not." Click. So I hung up on him. He couldn't contact me back, of course. But there's a lot of signs to catfish. All you have to do is just listen, and they usually will tell on themselves. They'll give it away. Now, about a few years ago, in just looking at the television show Catfish, I researched it a little bit more, and the statistics show that at least 87% of the people online are not who they say they are. The picture is not there. They're scammers. And they usually prey on people that are lonely, like this 69-year-old woman. She's lonely. And that's where they get them. They promise them the moon. They promise them marriage. They're so quick to say, "I love you." And a lot of them are from overseas, not all of them. And so typically they say they're from Canada. I don't know what's up with that. There's a reason, and I didn't research that. I just wanted to come on and do this. I just was reading this particular article this morning, and it kind of sparked me to do this video. Now, I do have someone that I know. She did not get scammed as far as fake pictures. They were who they say they were, but they changed their situation, or they made themselves better than what they really are, except by financially better and career wise. She's been married a few times, actually more than a few times, because they always want to hurry up and snag you. The ones who are who they say they are as far as their profile picture, they want to hurry up and they want to marry you. They want to hurry up and get a commitment because they figure if you marry them, then you'll work harder on the relationship. They want to hurry up and get that commitment before you find out who they are and what they're saying is BS. Most of them have bad credit. Most of them, a lot of them are unemployed, and so they're looking for a come up when they contact you. Usually people will say what their career is, and so they kind of guesstimate what kind of money you're bringing in. Some of the sites give a range. Do you make this to this, or different ranges of income. That's a red flag. If you're going to go online, don't tell them your income. I mean, you're just like advertising, like, okay, use me because I got some money. Use me, here I am. You're just putting yourself out there to be hurt. Catfishing has been around for a long time. And this show, Catfish, that's on TV, I give the guys kudos. I can't even remember the names now, but I give the guys kudos because they have helped a lot of people. Now, some of the cases on that show is just, obvious. They don't want to meet you anywhere. They don't want to Skype or a webcam or FaceTime. They can't meet you because, oh, I just was in an accident, or this person just died from cancer. There's a lot of signs that they aren't who they say they are, and they're catfishing. And sometimes it's not about the money. Sometimes the other person is lonely and don't think that they're good enough. And so they put somebody else's picture on site to kind of pull you in. And now that the relationship, they have feelings and you have feelings, and now they're scared because to meet you because you're going to find out that they're a liar. So I don't know if I'm going to do a part 2 of this. I might if I find some more articles or think of any more examples. I might just come on if I think that is helpful. But Google it. Go online as far as Google it and learn the signs, things to watch out for. Like I said, most of them are a dead giveaway. And if you listen to the ones that are scammers that want your money, there's an accent usually, and the picture does not match, or the voice does not match the picture. It's obvious to me, but when you're lonely and you're looking for companionship and you're being promised a life full of bliss, and I'm going to take care of you. Oh, and one more thing. When they ask you for money, hang up. Delete them off your online dating. Delete them because that's a dead giveaway. A real man or woman that legitimately want a relationship and they met you online will not ask you for money. And if they do, run. It is a scam. This lady is out about $1 million according to her information she told. So I'm going to end this right now. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Give me a like, a comment. Click the notification bell for further videos, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.